From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
It was the last chance for parents and students to comply. Did everyone show up to school with the proper shots? We'll answer that question right now, live at 4. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bizinski. Not too many seats emptied today inside classrooms within the Hazleton Area School District. That's because after the third extension for parents to get their kids vaccinated, it seems most finally took action and followed regulation. The date was extended 3 times for students in the Hazleton Area School District and across the state of Pennsylvania for the new immunization requirements, which required updated vaccines for all students, or they would not be allowed to attend school until all vaccines were up to date. The original deadline was April 14th, then it was extended to April 30th, and then again to today, May 14th. Just 2 weeks ago, 2,200 students needed to hand in paperwork showing proof of vaccinations, and today, News 13 spoke with head of nursing services for the Hazleton Area School District, Ellen McBride, who told us only 8 children were out of the whole school district and were not permitted to attend school, some of which had appointments scheduled today to get those needed shots. So she says they should be back in school on Tuesday. Not too many details are available about an accident involving an ATV in Hazel Township over the weekend. A News 13 viewer sending us this video from the area, which we're told was on private property near the former Paragon Adventure Park. We know those involved were from the Allentown area, and at least one person was seriously injured and flown to a trauma center by a medical helicopter. No word on how the accident happened, but rescue workers needed to also use all-terrain vehicles to get to the accident scene. A Wapwalpa man was seriously injured when his motorcycle was struck by an SUV in Dorrance Saturday morning around 9. It happened on Blue Ridge Trail near the Sunoco station, right near the entrance ramps to Interstate 81. Troopers tell us Earl Kite of Drums was pulling out of the Sunoco and right into the path of 30-year-old Jesse Milet, who was riding the cycle. He was ejected from the bike and went to a trauma center. The driver of the SUV, we're told, was not hurt, but does face citations from the state police for causing this accident. The driver of the motorcycle also facing a citation for not having his motorcycle inspected. No word on his condition tonight. Well, it's been the subject of conversation for days now. After taking no real stance on the issue and staying in what some call limbo when it comes to gay marriage, President Barack Obama came out and said he supports a person's choice to marry someone of the same sex. We want to know what you have to say about the Commander-in-Chief's choice to publicly acknowledge his support for gay marriage. What's your opinion? Where do you stand on the issue? It's the subject of our latest social chatter. Go to News 13's Facebook page or go to ssptv.com and tell us what you think, and tell us what you think about the president choosing to take a stance. We'll share some of your responses on News 13 Tuesday afternoon. If recent findings are any indication of how the rest of this spring and summer will be when it comes to mosquitoes, we could be in some trouble. Positive West Nile testings are already popping up in the Keystone State and right here close to home in Northeast Pennsylvania. The first infected mosquito was found May 3rd in Exeter Township, Berks County. This is the earliest to ever test positive since Pennsylvania began testing in 2000. One mosquito also tested positive in Luzerne County, but so far, luckily, none in Schuylkill or Carbon counties. Now, the unseasonably warm weather we experienced in March is to blame for the virus cycle beginning so early this year. Typically, the state's first West Nile virus-carrying mosquito is found in mid-June. Since there's no human vaccine for the West Nile virus, it is extremely important to take precautionary steps to prevent mosquito bites and infection. The best defense against the virus is to prevent mosquitoes from breeding. That means always remember that mosquitoes love water, so be sure to clear your homes and yards of any stagnant water, weeds, tall grass, shrubbery, and also discarded tires. You can also try to wear long sleeves and long pants during hours when mosquitoes are out, which is usually during dawn and dusk hours, and use bug spray and bug lanterns to keep them away. For more information, you can visit the state's West Nile website, which is on your screen right now. A recap of some events from over the weekend in our area, including one that raised lots of money for 2 Freeland area residents who are battling cancer. And Ronnie's in with Monday's edition of Trivia Treats. He'll team up with Freddie, who's got a very washed out schedule in local sports. Stay with us, we're back in a few.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
Well, remember the old song, Rainy Days and Mondays? Well, we got a combination of both today, and it's wiped out the sports schedule except for the ones they play indoors. We'll get to that, but let's take a look first of all at the things that were on the board that are now moved to another date. We'll start right at the top. It was supposed to be a big one for the district championships, particularly for the girls. Hazelton area is going to be in the thick of this thing. It's going to be a dogfight between the Lady Cougars, Abington Heights, and Dallas. Well, we've got to wait till Wednesday. They, even though it's an all-weather surface, they made the right decision here. And boys and girls track off until Wednesday. The AA already postponed for tomorrow. That's going to be Thursday. So everything off the boards, and that's a real good thing because the weather should get better as the week goes on. We'll talk more about that district championship tomorrow. Meanwhile, baseball. It was supposed to be Coughlin in town to take on the Cougars. That one is moved back to Thursday. Lake Lehman, MMI, they're going to try it tomorrow. Good luck. Weather forecast isn't much better. Varsity softball, Coughlin, Hazelton area, that one off till Thursday. Lake Lehman, MMI to tomorrow. Pottsville is going to be, they're going to give it a shot today. And Hazelton area at Berwick Junior High, that one is postponed until Wednesday. Girls varsity soccer, it was supposed to be senior night down at Harmon Geist Memorial Field tonight. Well, they're going to try that on Wednesday. Lake Lehman will be in town. That will be a 6 o'clock start down at Harmon Geist. Meanwhile, MMI at Myers, that one postponed until tomorrow. And rounding it out, there's the volleyball. That one is on. Delaware Valley, Hazelton area. It's the home finale for the Cougars. Delaware Valley in town, and that one will be okay as long as the roof stays secure. And we left to come down here, it still was. Now let's go to the scoreboard, and of course not much to tell you about locally, so let's talk about minor league baseball. Yesterday, Russ Kanzler had his second home run of the weekend, starting to find the power stroke again, knocked in 3 runs, but it wasn't enough. Pawtucket knocks off Columbus 5-4, hit a home run on Saturday night against Daisuke Matsusaka. That's kind of fun. Put that one in the resume. Meanwhile, Harrisburg doubled up on Akron. Kyle Landis didn't pitch in that one. Durham over the Indianapolis club, score there 3-1. Now we'll jump back to Russ Kanzler because they had an afternoon affair today. You see Columbus came back and knocked off the Paw Sox 5-3. Kanzler, 1 hit in that one. His average stays right at the 252 mark. Now, as far as what's going on tonight, Akron is in Erie. Durham taking on the Baby Yankees, and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs are out in Louisville. All of these, of course, weather permitting, as the rain is just moving in all over the place. Now, what has Kanzler been doing all told? We told you that 252 average. Take a look. He's had 32 hits. Notice the power numbers are down. Only 6 extra base hits. But keep in mind, 4 of those came within the week. He's knocked in 10 runs. So slowly but surely, he's creeping his way back up. And oh, by the way, if you watch things with the big team in Cleveland, the bats are starting to really sag. Maybe Kanzler's going to get a call. Now let's go to his teammate Kyle Landis, teammate from Hazelton, teammates for 2 games this year. Kyle Landis has been lights out. In 21 innings, he's only allowed 11 hits. He struck out 18, and opponents are hitting a measly 151 against him. And by the way, they're his statistics, including his call-up to the Columbus Clipper team with Akron. His ERA is under 1, so he's just been absolutely lights out. And it's brought to you tonight by Stripes and Strikes. A lot more than just baseball and softball. How about for the golfers out there? That's right, they got you covered too. All sorts of golf-lined equipment, from the right clothing to all of the right accessories. You'll find them at Stripes and Strikes. It's the area's newest retailer, located on Route 309. Look for the green awning across from Genetti's Best Western. Stripes and Strikes. Make the right call.
Make the right call and head to Stripes and Strikes for your sporting good needs. Located on Route 309 across from Genetti's, Stripes and Strikes is your headquarters for retail and team sales, officiating equipment, and all the gear for the upcoming season. Custom printing also available with no screen or setup fees. Need local high school attire? Stripes and Strikes has it all. Hazleton area, Marion, and MMI, including varsity wool jackets. Gift certificates are available, so call or stop by today. Stripes and Strikes, 301, you are out.
This is Monday, May 14th, the day after the 8-year run of the Desperate Housewives ended. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. 59 years ago, Rocky Marciano retained his heavyweight boxing title by beating Jersey Joe Walcott in a disputed first-round knockout after just 2 minutes and 25 seconds of fighting at Chicago Stadium. The year was 1953. Walcott, who at 39 was 10 years older than Marciano, he was sent to the canvas with a left and then a short right cross to the jaw. Referee Frank Sikora shouted the 10 count in Walcott's ear as Jersey Joe was kneeling on one knee and seemed okay. Walcott then leaped to his feet just after the ref yelled 10, but it was too late. Jersey Joe made it look like he got up in time, but he clearly did not, intentionally. The referee signaled the end of the bout. The crowd, some of who paid $50 face value for a ticket, jeered the quick end of the fight. Marciano had won the title from Walcott a little less than 8 months previously with a 13th round knockout in the late September of 1952 at Municipal Stadium in Philadelphia, which was near Walcott's hometown of Camden, New Jersey. But in that first fight, Walcott was well ahead until Rocky connected with a powerful right that crushed Walcott in the 13th. After that second Walcott fight, the Brockton Blockbuster fought 5 more times. He knocked out Roland the Stars in the 11th round. Then he decisioned Ezra Charles in 15 rounds. Then in the rematch, he KO'd Charles in the 8th, after which he knocked out Don Cockell in the 9th. And in his final and 49th pro fight, Rocky knocked out Archie Moore also in 9. Marciano then retired as heavyweight champion of the world with a 49-0 record, which included 43 knockouts, and 12 of them came in the first round on April 27, 1956. That was almost 3 years to the day after the second Walcott fight. 13 years later, Rocky Marciano was killed in a plane crash in 1969 at the age of 45. I can honestly say there will never be another fighter to match his record. Many say that this guy was the greatest, but I don't think so. I'm talking heavyweights only. I'll rate this guy number 3, just behind number 4, the Manasseh Mauler, Jack Dempsey. Number 2, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. But they all lost more than once. Rocky Marciano never lost. So how can we not rank him as the greatest heavyweight of all time? Let the friendly arguments begin. I'll see you Friday right here. Till then, be a good sport and stay loose.
All right, Ronnie, thanks so much. Now your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Your daily number, 660, Big 4, 7686, Quinto, 15894, and Treasure Hunt, 5, 16, 22, 23, 28. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. 2 announcements for this evening. First, the Weatherly Dancers would like to invite the community to their 2012 spring recital, May 20th at noon at the Urena Park Gymnasium. Donations will be accepted at the door and will be donated to the park. For more information, please call 570-636-3728. And also tonight, the Hazel Park Car Club will be hosting a benefit car cruise for Community Services for Sight Wednesday, May 16th. The event will be held from 5 to 9 p.m. at Applebee's. Bring your car or stop by to check them out, along with Tricky Trays, a 50-50 raffle, and Applebee's will be donating 10% of meals purchased. For more information, check out hazelparkcarclub.com. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Michael R. Mrazek of Hazel Township. Relatives and friends are invited to call Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Memorial service will be held at a later date from the Community Bible Fellowship Church. Edward C. Hutton of Cunningham. Funeral will be held privately with a memorial service at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Sophie A. Ashman of Drums. Funeral will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 a.m. until the time of service. George Hoppy of New Coxville. Friends are invited to a massive Christian burial Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the St. John Bosco Church. There will be no public viewing. The Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. John J. Hanasick Jr. of Duryea. Friends are invited to a Mass Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the Immaculate Conception Church Parish at St. Anne's Church in Freeland. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Barbara Croman of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. Helen Stivler, formerly of Hazelton. Services will be held Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111. And also by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu for 2012. And remember, there is always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
All right, everyone, we have 2 free Greens Fee tickets up for grabs right now. 2 passes that are good for Sand Springs Country Club. You need to give us a call right now at 459-9813. This is for your live at 4 o'clock newscast only. Again, 13th caller wins your 2 passes to Sand Springs. And I'm lucky to have 2 lovely ladies joining me on this rainy afternoon here on News 13. We have Jackie Wetzel and Maureen Sousa, and both of them are joining us from the Cunningham Valley Historical Society, having a big event this weekend that they're inviting the entire community to. So, ladies, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Cunningham Valley Historical Society and the event that's happening this weekend. I understand that there are some new items that you would love for the community to come and check out along with what's already there.
Yes, we have changed a lot of our displays around, and we have some new items that have been donated to us, and we are excited to be able to display them.
Alrighty. And Maureen, tell me why, you 2 ladies and everyone keeps this historical society going. Why is it important for the Cunningham Valley?
Well, we keep it going because we love history, and we're hoping that generations to follow will love it as we do. And I believe by learning our mistakes from the past, we can correct them in the future.
Very good.
I always say that it's very important for all kids to learn history, and this is what we try to do, make it kid-friendly and also adult interesting.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm sure schools come and take field trips there and learn about the history of the area. Okay. Now, the open house this weekend is going to be on Saturday from 1 to 4. Tell me a little bit about what people can expect if they show up.
If they have been there before, they can expect to see a lot of things have been changed around.
Okay.
We have an undertaker's outfit that was donated to us, and we have that displayed very nicely with another black old-fashioned dress.
Okay.
Old shoes. We have changed our military display around. We have the flag in the background and a lot of uniforms from the different branches of the service.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And if anybody wants to come, they can show up and just take a tour around, Maureen?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
we'll ask almost everybody that comes in as we have time if they would like a tour or if they would like to stroll around by themselves.
Okay.
And about half the people will say they would like the little tour, so we give them a tour.
All right, very good. And where exactly is the Cunningham Valley Historical Society located for those who may not have been there? I know we're showing them some video of inside, which obviously if you show up this weekend, it might look a little different. to you. But Jackie, where can they find you guys?
131 Main Street. We're located between the Christ United Church of Christ and the Valley Bible Church.
Okay, very good. My last question for you ladies. If someone's at home watching and thinks maybe they have something that they'd like to donate to the Historical Society, they think maybe you'd be interested in, can they do so? And if so, what do they need to do?
Yes, they can do that.
Okay.
And they need to call the museum.
Okay.
And the number is in the book.
Okay.
Or they can call the president, and that's 788-1251.
Okay.
And make arrangements.
All right, sounds fantastic. So it's this Saturday, May 19th, from 1 to 4 at the Cunningham Historical Society. Anything else you guys would like to add, girls would like to add to this?
We would really love to see a really nice turnout for this.
Absolutely.
For this event. We've worked really hard at it.
Right, not just Valley folks. You'd love to see everyone.
No, yes.
All right. Very good. Jackie and Maureen, thanks so much for coming on. Hopefully you all will show up on Saturday. We were talking at commercial break about the lovely weather that we are expected to have this weekend, so it's a perfect time. Get the family together and head on down to Main Street in Cunningham and check out the Historical Society and check out a little bit of history from our area. You might learn a thing or two. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, this weekend was picture perfect with the temps in the upper 70s with some nice sunshine, but a quick change came our way with a Monday filled with rain and clouds. This creative condition comes to us from Mackenzie Jones, a 7th grade student from Holy Family. Mackenzie tells us the picture is of a sunny day with a chance of rain. I sure wish we would have seen some of that sun today. Here's hoping for tomorrow, checking on your forecast over the next 24 hours. Rain tonight, heavy at times, I'm told, low down to 55 degrees. And for your Tuesday, showers are continuing with thunderstorms a possibility, mild in terms of temperature with a high up to 65 degrees. We'll tell you that the rain's going to continue Tuesday night, but we'll let you know about the rest of the week coming up live at 4:30. Just Windows and much, much more, bringing you your forecast at 636-1133 on First Street in Freeland. Remember, they're the pros in windows and doors since 1985. Check them out on the web at justwindowsandmore.com. Also, Fagley Oil Company, Tamaqua and Hazel Township, and serving many other areas in our viewing area. Call 1-800-572-4925 or visit fagleys.com online and find out how to make Fagley your oil company today. News 13 Live at 4:30 is coming your way next. Stay with us. Coming up right now, live at 4:30, in an effort to save money, some local post offices will possibly have some reduced hours if all goes as planned. Will your local branch be affected?
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, cuts are coming to local post offices with more than a dozen offices possibly getting some hours cut. Right now, all local post offices are open 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. But postal officials are considering cutting some hours at post offices around the nation. But the good news is the community, our local community, will have a chance to speak up on the issue. Right now, as it stands, the Beaver Meadows, Tresco, Harley, and Barnesville post offices are expected to have their hours reduced from 8 to 6 hours a day. The Junedale post office will drop its hours 2 hours per day. The Delano, Drifton, Ebervale, Colares, Latimer Mines, Millsville, Nuremberg, Oneida, Quakake, Rockland, St. John, Shepton, Sugarloaf, Sybertsville, Weston, Meriden, and Tuscarora offices will open 4 hours a day. And it looks like The hour cuts will take shape over the next 2 years. However, there will be some public meetings before anything is set in stone. Some alternatives to cutting hours are also on the table, such as offering mail delivery by rural carriers, establishing a village post office in a store, or being serviced by a nearby post office. The old plan of just closing post offices was scrapped after an outcry of public opinion across the country. There are bills proposed in both the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House to stop the anticipated closing. Now, for more on this, you can check out an article in the Standard Speaker that was published last week. I believe Jim Dino was the author of that. And also you can stay tuned to News 13 for more information on possible cuts to our local post offices. Speaking of post offices, letter carriers were on double duty this weekend as they not only delivered and picked up your mail, but also, with the help of your donations, fought hunger in this year's Stamp Out Hunger food drive. News 13 stopping by Hayden Electric Saturday as thousands of pounds of food was being sorted, all thanks to the generous donations received from local residents throughout Greater Hazleton for the annual Stamp Out Hunger food drive. The food drive is the nation's largest one-day drive, and it's a very important source of food for various churches and charities throughout our nation and right here in Greater Hazleton. And the turnout was phenomenal. A huge pat on the back to all of those who helped make it possible to stamp out hunger here in the Greater Hazleton area and also in all of our viewing area. This weekend, around 100 bikers came out to support 2 people in the area who are battling cancer. At Jetto Stars Saturday morning, bikers from near and far came out to support Fran Gorva, who's battling esophageal cancer, and Heidi McGuire Evancho, who's battling colon cancer. Both are only 42 years old, married, and have children. When News 13 stopped by, the bikers were all getting ready to take off on their trip, which took them out to Carbon County and then back to the Jetto Stars complex. We talked with one of the organizers of this great event, Rob Mahalik, who's also a friend of Fran and Heidi's.
Turnout's been fantastic. We've got a lot more bikes than we were anticipating. But as I said before, you know, both on the TV interview and around here talking to people, when you have an event where people need help, you can call on bikers, motorcycle enthusiasts, people who ride. Everybody has a nice day out riding their motorcycle, and they're doing a good job in helping support some people in need.
After the bike ride, the riders returned for some food, fun, and live entertainment all night long. Many folks who didn't take part in the ride also showed out to lend their support to Fran and Heidi. Great job to all that came out and supported the great cause and helped raise funds for friends. This weekend, the Greater Hazleton Lupus Foundation held its 9th annual Taming of the Wolf Festival, all to raise awareness of the disease and to raise funds to keep educating the public about lupus and other autoimmune diseases that affect the skin, joints, blood, and kidneys. Many times they go undetected. Well, there was food raffles and over 150 tricky trays, some live entertainment, health screenings, and of course information on lupus. This year the festival was at Trinity Lutheran Church in the city of Hazleton. May has been declared Lupus Month nationwide to bring awareness to the autoimmune disease. All of the money raised Saturday is expected to stay local. If you missed this weekend's event and are looking for more information on lupus, the Greater Hazleton Lupus Support Group meets the second Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock at Bowl Arena in West Hazleton. Not too many seats empty today inside classrooms within the Hazleton Area School District. That's because after the 3rd extension for parents to get their kids vaccinated, it seems most finally took action and followed regulation. The date was extended 3 times for students in the Hazleton Area School District and across the state of Pennsylvania for the new state immunization requirements, which require updated vaccines for all students, or they would not be allowed to attend school until those vaccines were up to date. The original deadline was April 14th, then it was extended to April 30th, and then again until today, May 14th. Just 2 weeks ago, 2,200 students needed to hand in paperwork showing proof of the vaccinations. And today, News 13 spoke with head of nursing services for the district, Ellen McBride, who tells us only 8 children out of the entire school district were not permitted to attend school today. Some had appointments scheduled for today to get those shots that are needed, so they should be back in school on Tuesday. An interesting story in today's edition of the Standard Speaker. We thought we'd share a little of it with you. A local man is helping to keep some of Greater Hazleton's history alive. His name is Jim Fichter, and he created a website to sell Angela Park memorabilia. Everything from stacks of ride tickets right down to a baby bib. Fichter recently launched that website. It's www.angelaparkstore.com to sell souvenirs from the former amusement park in Drums that once sat along Route 309. Now, he told the Standard Speaker that Angela Park opened on Mother's Day, May 12th in 1957, and that he's got varying amounts of about 20 Angela Park items. There are sewing kits, giant pencils, bumper stickers, and hats. He has a ride and food tickets too, along with pennants and ashtrays. Each item bears the name of the park, which closed in 1988. He's selling pieces from his own collection along with items he has acquired from others. Fichter, who once worked at the park, found the Facebook page dedicated to the park last year, and that's when he decided to sell some items. For more on this story, make sure you pick up today's edition of the Standard Speaker and read Jill Whalen's article, or you can visit the Standard Speaker online at thestandardspeaker.com. The state transportation head has been working to convince Hazleton city officials to merge the city's public transit system with Luzerne County's. With claims that it will be in the best interest of the bus riders and taxpayers, but Hazleton officials are not completely convinced. The most important factor they say for Hazleton is the quality in service and fair representation on Luzerne County's Transportation Authority Board, as well as the ownership of the new multi-million-dollar intermodal facility in downtown Hazleton. Now, the first meeting didn't go over very well, leaving many questions unanswered. News 13 spoke with Mayor Joe Iannuzzi, who remains optimistic after the second meeting.
We met with Bob Sharp, who's with the state transportation, and we told him some of our requests that we would like to see happen. If this merger was about to happen, here's what we wanted from it. And we give him a large list of what we thought we'd want in the agreement. And we discussed the intermodal because somebody's going to have to operate that. So we had a good meeting. We got our points across. He's a very nice guy. He understood our demands, and now it's up to them to come back with another offer.
Now, Mayor Iannuzzi also stated that his strong stance on the merger is, quote, if it is a true merger where two parties come together, those two parties should have equal representation on the board. There will be more to come on this merger as a new offer develops. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the rainy forecast and West Nile virus found very early this year. We'll have more on that coming up. Also ahead tonight, it has been the subject of conversation for days. President Obama supporting gay marriage. What do you think? How you can get in on the conversation. Not too many details available about an accident involving an ATV in Hazel Township over the weekend. A News 13 viewer is sending us this video from the area, which was on private property near the former Paragon Adventure Park. We know those involved were from the Allentown area, and at least one person was seriously injured and flown to a trauma center by a medical helicopter. No word on how the accident happened, but rescue workers needed to use all-terrain vehicles themselves to get to that accident scene. It's been the subject of conversation for days now after taking no real stance on the issue and staying in what some call limbo when it comes to gay marriage. President Barack Obama came out and said he supports a person's choice to marry someone of the same sex. We want to know what you have to say about the Commander-in-Chief's choice to publicly acknowledge his support for gay marriage. What is your opinion? Where do you stand on the issue? It's the subject of our latest social chatter. Go to News 13's Facebook page or go to ssptv.com. Tell us what you think and tell us what you think about the president choosing to take a stance. We'll share some of your responses on News 13 Tuesday afternoon. Well, as we told you live at 4, if the recent findings are any indication of how the rest of this spring and summer will be when it comes to mosquitoes, we could be in some trouble. Positive West Nile testings are already being detected in the Keystone State and close to home here in northeast Pennsylvania. The first infected mosquito was found May 3rd in Exeter Township, Berks County. This is the earliest to ever test positive since Pennsylvania began testing in 2000. One mosquito also tested positive in Luzerne County, but so far, luckily, none in Schuylkill or Carbon counties. The unseasonably warm weather we experienced in March is to blame for the virus cycle beginning so early this year. Typically, the state's first West Nile virus-carrying mosquito is found in mid-June. Since there's no human vaccine for the West Nile virus, it's extremely important to take precautionary steps to prevent mosquito bites and infection. The best defense against the virus is to prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Always remember, these insects love water, so be sure to clear your homes and yards of any stagnant water, weeds, tall grass, shrubbery, and discarded tires. You can also try to wear long sleeves and long pants during the hours when mosquitoes are out, usually during dawn and dusk hours. Use bug spray and bug lanterns to keep them away, of course, and for more information, you can visit the state's West Nile website, which is on your screen right now. Mothers in the area had a wonderful day to celebrate their important job, but things quickly changed with clouds and rain moving into the area late last night. But I think there's some great weather ahead this week. First, this creative condition coming to us from Mackenzie Jones, a 7th grade student from Holy Family. Mackenzie tells us the picture is of a sunny day with a little chance of some rain. That is one cool sun, if I may say so myself, Mackenzie. I will definitely keep that sunshine, but the rain can sure take a hike for now. Unfortunately, the next 24 hours are looking very wet. Rain could get heavy at times, low down to 55 tonight. And your 4-day outlook goes like this. Tuesday, we see a chance of a thunderstorm, high near 65. Showers continue throughout the day. Tuesday night, rainy, 57 will be our low. On Wednesday, it looks like the showers are going to take a hike in the morning. It's going to become mostly sunny, high near 74 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low down to 47. Thursday, sunny, 68. Friday, sunny, 71. And I think the weekend is looking much the same, so we'll check that out coming up tomorrow on News 13. Your forecast brought to you by the Lazy Dogs Lawn, Dog, and Cat Grooming, North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 459-0310. Make an appointment at the Lazy Dog Salon for your furry friend today. And Valley High Drive-In, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Even on a rainy day, Valley High Drive-In is a great place to stop for some good food and some tasty ice cream. That's Valley High Drive-In, now open for the season. And coming up on News 13, Freddie B is in with all your sports happenings. This Monday, he'll talk a little baseball and a whole lot more next. And we'll tell you all about a spring fling taking place in the Valley Saturday. If you like flea markets, you definitely won't want to miss this. Stay with us. On a given day, 1.5 million people are living in the nation's 16,000 plus nursing homes. And in a typical year, more than 3.2 million Americans will spend at least some time in one. It's a lot of families who need to find good care. You'll be glad to know that good care is right around the corner. The Department of Health announced 4 facilities that have earned the state's new Award for Excellence in Healthcare Compliance. One of the 4 is the Schuylkill County Center on Schuylkill Manor Road in Pottsville. Now, all nursing homes in Pennsylvania were eligible for the award and did not need to apply for consideration. Facilities had to show no state citations over the last 3 calendar years based on annual health survey inspections. The announcement of the Award for Excellence in Healthcare Compliance is in recognition of the American Healthcare Association's National Nursing Home Week. Congratulations to the Schuylkill Center on that great accomplishment. Well, this weekend, the community is invited to attend the annual Spring Fling at St. John Bosco Church on Route 93 in the Valley. Today, News 13 stopping by that church where volunteers were hard at work, organizing all the items that will be sold at the Spring Fling. We talked with Dennis Palmer, one of the volunteers, about the big event.
We're having our annual Spring Fling, and it's going to be from 7 till 3 on Saturday, and we're going to have our bag day on Sunday from 1 till 3. And everything will be newer this year. We have some wonderful, wonderful things. We have gauges and gadgets. We have things for everybody. Everybody would be very interested this year. We have lots and lots of wonderful things.
The church will also have tricky trays up for grabs, a spring fling raffle with prizes of $1,000, $500, $300, and $200, along with great homemade breakfast and lunch available throughout the day. All right, that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your Monday. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com, where you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Hope all the moms and grandmoms out there had a wonderful Mother's Day. Good night, everyone.